welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have a pen unboxing review here. Now this is just a nondescript black box, but this is a special pen for a number of reasons. You might have remembered that I had previously purchased a Conway Stewart Centenary, which was made by the late Henry Simpole in the UK, who was a silversmith here. And I always wanted one of his pens. Well, a few weeks later, guess what? Another one came up. And this was a Roya Izod. And I immediately pounced on this because this is even more beautiful than the Centenary that I purchased. So let me lift the lid off on this one. And you'll see here, you've got a Conway Stewart booklet. Now, this was the original Conway Stewart, not the newer bespoke British pens. And you can see here, it's a Chatworth in sapphire blue, purchased in 2007 originally. You get a pen polishing cloth, which is unused as well. And then you have this sort of leatherette style, typical Conway Stewart box that they were renowned for. And if I remove the lid here, you will see the Chatworth, and you also get on the other side of this lid, you actually do get a pen rest, which you can put on your desk, which is a little bit smaller than the actual box. So I think let's look at this pen in a little bit more detail here. So this is the Chatworth, and this was made by Henry Simpole. This is a really beautiful design. It's in the sapphire blue resin that you can see here. A beautiful blue sapphire resin. Now, they have made these in a red stardust and a blue stardust, a few other colours as well. But this one, you've got the hallmark here that you can see there. And this is an interesting pen for sure. Now, limited edition wise, this is number 22 of 25. I've listed it as 2008. These were actually made in 2007, but they didn't actually get released until early 2008. So I've listed it in my pen database as 2008. But you can see here this filigree pattern here is really quite delicate. You also have the hallmarks up here as well on that band. And there's a lot of like C's and S's in the pattern here. Like you've got a C here, you've got a big C, you've got a big S here. And that's to denote Conway Stewart. Henry Simpole used to do this a lot in the filigrees, the overlays that he used to create for pens. It's a beautiful pen. Very, very glad that I was able to get this when I was able to get it. And it was a fairly decent price. It was a little bit more than I paid for the Centenary, but I think it looks better. It's a longer pen as well. So I really, I ummed and ahed over it for a very, very short period of time, and then decided I just had to add this one to my collection. So you can see here, you've got the Conway Stewart logo there. You've got the standard sort of clip there from Conway Stewart with a little arrow sort of tie there. If I unscrew the cap, the nib's a little bit inky here. I think let me just wipe that down. You'll see here it's got a number 6 size 18 karat gold nib. It's a fine nib. Now, I typically would have preferred this as a medium nib. I didn't have the option, so I got it in the fine nib that I did. I could probably unscrew the nib. I've got a broad nib in the Centenary. I typically like medium nibs, but the Centenary only came with a broad nib. This only came with a fine nib. I do have other Conway Stewart box nibs. I could probably swap those nibs out, but I'm actually liking writing with this fine nib. You can see that there isn't a concave section, but there is a lip here to stop your fingers and thumb getting down onto the nib and feed. It's a really decent size pen. Can I post the cap? I can. It's humongous at that point if I do so. I wouldn't want to do so. I don't normally post my caps, but it's a decent size as it is. If I unscrew the body there, you'll see a cartridge converter there, and you probably could eyedropper that. I'm not going to. I wouldn't want to maybe stain or darken that blue sapphire resin there, but it really is a beautiful pen. Absolutely loving this pen. I got it from Roy Izod, and I think it was almost as soon as I saw him post it, or maybe it was a few hours later, I saw it and it was like, I've got to buy this. It's a Henry Simple pen. If I found one in maybe the red Stardust or the blue Stardust for a fairly good price, I'd probably buy those too. I do like these Henry Simple pens. They are very, very nice pens. And it's an original Conway Stewart as well, although towards the end of the Conway Stewart's original lifespan, 2007, I think it was around 2012 or 2014, they closed their doors. So, but it's a beautiful pen. So very glad that I picked this one up when I did. I think let's do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, then we'll do a writing sample. So, the full length of this pen, it's a whopping 163 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is 77 millimeters in length. So this is a long pen. It's not a short pen. And then the length of the body, we are again looking at a long body. We're looking at 142 millimeters. So that is a very long pen. 130 millimeters is what I call an oversized pen. This definitely is more than an oversized pen. It is a large pen. Maybe not so in girth as much, but certainly in length. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. Now, this pen is inked up, but the full weight of this pen, we are looking at 41 grams exactly. That's quite nice. Let me just reset and try that again. Probably need to change the battery. So yeah, just under 41 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 17.5 grams in weight. And then the weight of the body, we are looking at just over 23 grams in weight. So it's not a light pen, but it's also not a really heavy pen. But you can see here from the pattern, it really is beautiful. Very glad that I was able to add this to my collection. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Mr. Cypress Kawari Nuri Deep Light 3. We have a Mr. Cypress Kawari Nuri Deep Light 1. A Mr. Cypress Eggshell 05A. A Mr. Cypress Eggshell 06. We have a Conway Stewart Chatworth in Blue Sapphire. We have a Mr. Cypress Maple in the Forest. A Mr. Cypress Varden Dragon. Mr. Cypress Eggshell 01. And we have a Tweeko Seishu Dragon in red and a Tweeko Seishu Dragon in green. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Conway Stewart, and it's the Chatworth in Sapphire Blue or Blue Sapphire, and it's an 18 karat gold fine nib. The ink in it today is Franklin Christoph, and it is I will say sweet maroon. I always want to say this, it's Spanish blue, it's not a maroon, but this is a beautiful ink. In terms of line variations, it's definitely a Western fine nib. Can I push this nib a bit more? Yeah, I can push it to about a medium. But I'm not going to try and push it any more than that. And then if I do some more line variations, there's no hard starts or skips, so this nib is very well tuned. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look at this. Do a horizontal pass. So it's not a super wet nib, it's wet enough. It's definitely not a fire hose of a nib. What do I like? What do I not like about this pen? Well, this is not only a Conway Stewart original, but it's a overlay or filigree from Henry Simpole, the late Henry Simpole, the UK silversmith. So really liking that I've got this pen in my collection now. I like the size of it. I like the length. I like the filigree. I love the blue, sapphire blue colour on that pen. I like that it's a cartridge converter. It's easy to clean out, put back into storage when I've finished writing with it. Is there anything I dislike about the pen? No, there really isn't. It's got a cartridge converter. Some would say that maybe you should have a slightly more expensive filling mechanism, but I don't see an issue there. There's really nothing that I dislike about this pen. I picked this up secondhand, unused, from Roy at iZods. I feel like I got a fairly good price. It was about the price that it used to sell for back in 2007, 2008. Not much less or more than that, but it hasn't increased in the price, or at least Roy wasn't trying to increase the price. So I'm very glad on that front. So very glad that I've added this to my collection. So that's my unboxing review of the Conway Stewart Chatworth in the Sapphire Blue with a fine 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.